can always take off, but you can't put back on, you know what I mean? Right. Let's get it nailed. Let's get this corner piece in. I've actually put a bit of membrane on this, just so I can I've just stapled it down this edge and then it'll tuck into that corner, and then that'll just protect it hopefully a little bit from the semi-rotten stuff. But also, I'd struggle to get membrane that far into that corner. There we go. I'll just get that nailed in now. Benji is not happy with those coyotes tonight. He will not settle down. See if I can get that over. I think we'll call it a night. I'm happy where we're at. Obviously, when we started today, we weren't expecting to rip all this off and get all this out, but you know, we've got there. I'm happy. We'll come back and tomorrow nothing can stop us. Surely there's no more that can go wrong. Right, we're straight back into it this morning. I'm going to try and do my best to get this dried in because it's meant to rain at dinner time. As much as I want to get us dried in as quickly as possible, I do want to fit a window here because I think it's just going to help with ventilation and all that. But I also don't want to put it here. I want it to just be over to the right slightly, just so it's a bit more in line with that interior door as you walk in, and not just right over these worktops over the washer and dryer. There we go. So just moving it over that much is just going to help. It's really going to look better. Nice one, that was way easier than I thought. Cooking on gas today, Andy son. What's happening in the security department today? What's wrong, Benji boy? And I don't know if the reason Benji was so unsettled last night is there's a little Facebook group between the neighbours here, and a mother and her two, not cubs, you know, teenagers, mountain lions were out. So I don't know if they came around here and Benji could sense that, but maybe that's why he was so unsettled last night of just patrolling and barking. And I did put him on his, he's got like a long, whoa, what's happened there? So I did put him on his run last night, so he's attached to a line, just because when he does get a bit too unsettled, I don't want him to get prey drive and get out there and get ambushed by a pack of coyotes. You know, he could probably take a couple, but yeah, it could have been the mountain lions last night, I don't know. And when I said I left Benji on a run, I'd never leave him on his run, something like this, without us actually being there where I can see him, because we went to pick up some flooring from a guy, and he had a Great Pyrenees out on his run, and he left him for the day and came back. And when he came back, I can't remember if it were wolves or bears, one of those, that killed him, because obviously he couldn't get away. The rough opening for this window is going to be 24 by 36, so it's quite a narrow window, but it's definitely going to open it up and give you some light and ventilation. I did wonder about putting this piece on a slight angle, so like if water did get behind it, it'd run off, but no one on YouTube or anything seemed to do that, so I just put it level. So I've put that bubbles just so it's ever so slight. I mean, you can put in the comments, it might be a really bad idea, but to have a tiny runoff, I don't see any downside. Before we carry on with any more framing, I should probably dry fit this window and just double check that it's the right measurements. I'd rather change it now then. Oh, like a glove. That's a nice size, I like that. Right, it's time to get that OSB sheet on now. The weather forecast is actually showing that it's drizzling just down the road, but here it's grey, but it's holding off. Let's see if it just stays like that. I've actually put my little speed square down in the corner, so that should just pack it off by 1/8 of an inch, just to allow for swelling. Right, get on in this bottom corner. First board in. Nice, that's the first board tacked in. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the rain starting. I'm in two minds whether to rip this next piece off or do I put waterproof sheeting out. I don't know. I think we'll just keep going. I'm hoping that we're going to come out as a full sheet, but it's just disintegrating. Well, this is going to be interesting. As long as it sits on that ledge, it should be alright. Get in! We're going to be dried in tonight. Right, I'm just going to have to Google this. I can't remember if I put tape on here now, or do I put the house wrap on? Right, we're back from YouTube, and basically it looks like there's a few different ways. It looks like 90% of the people use zip lock or something it's called, and then it stretches into the corners. This stuff doesn't stretch into the corners, so you have to do it different. So I think that's why this zip tape's better, because this corner would all be one single piece, because it would have been stretched. We are so close now. House wrap is going on. Second to last step to being dried in. I'm going to cut my window out.